Hello, beautiful human beings. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute. I took some time off out of the blue from YouTube because honestly, I'm a newbie and editing is hard, y'all. But I'm happy to be back. If you're new here, my name's Kayla. I love all things health and wellness. Today is a much requested video and a very hot topic at the moment. We are going to be talking about cycle syncing. Cycle syncing is when you change the output, the expenditure, the weight, the intensity of your workouts based on what phase of your menstrual cycle that you are in. I'm going to be telling you guys my current workout split and how I approach my workouts based on what phase of my cycle I am on. Before I get started, as always, take everything I say with a grain of salt and remember that you know your body best. There is a lot of advice floating around online in the influencer community, online coach community, personal training community, but ain't nobody know you like you. I know cycle syncing is such a trendy topic right now, but I truly see so much value and have experienced, honestly, firsthand, the benefits of cycle syncing. Understanding our bodies as females and how they function in the different phases of our cycles not only affects our workouts, but affects our mood, our relationships, our life in general. So I think no matter who you are, whether you work out or not, it is important to learn about your body and what's going on in your body and have a deeper understanding of it. If you are 100% oblivious to the menstrual cycle, it's okay, girl. You are not alone. It is never too late to learn. If I remember, I'll try also to link some articles down below that can help you educate yourself because I'm not going to spend this whole video diving into each phase and what it means. Before we get started as well, I also want to note two books that literally changed my life, and so many people rave about them, but it's called In the Flow, I think is one of them, and then another one is Woman Code. Totally recommend those books. I cannot recommend them enough. Go educate yourself. My actual workout split doesn't change. I don't switch it based on what phase I'm in. I adjust the workouts themselves, but not my actual split. So as of right now, this is my current split. Monday, I have posterior leg day. We focus on hamstrings and glutes. Tuesday, I have an upper body day. I do just a tiny bit of chest, maybe like one movement of chest, a little bit of back, and primarily shoulder based here. On Wednesday, I just do 30 minutes of steady state cardio and a core session. This usually lasts like 45 minutes tops. Steady state cardio basically just means it's not high intensity or anything. I'm breaking a sweat, but I am not dying. I can hold a conversation. Typically, I just do an incline walk on the treadmill or an outside walk. Thursday, we have leg day 2 of the week. I do anterior focus though, so I do quads, and then I also do glutes this day because you can't get enough glutes. On Fridays, I do another upper body, but this is weak point training, so I really just add the exercises I suck at because I'm trying to get better at them. So triceps, biceps, pull-ups, push-ups, things like that. Saturday and Sunday are both rest days right now. Typically, I don't have rest days back to back. I like to spread them out throughout the week, but right now, my coach Christian and I have decided that that's what we're doing. Honestly, it's been great for my mental health to just know that I can just do whatever I want on the weekends and not be in the gym. If you don't know, us females have 4 phases of our menstrual cycle. You might be like, how do I know what phase of my cycle I'm in? And this will take some tracking on your end. If you are new to this entire thing, your first step, I would say, before trying to cycle sync or do anything, simply track your period. Download a free app and track your period and track your symptoms for a month or 2. Having a physical log of symptoms you are having and things can just be so helpful down the line. Now when I'm like, oh my gosh, my head is hurting so bad. In the past, I would have just been like, what is causing this? Where now I'm like, oh, according to my app, I'm 3 days out until my next period. That's why my head's hurting. Step 1, track your period. This phase typically lasts anywhere from 3 to 7 days. They can be a little more irregular and they will vary from person to person. During this phase, a lot of people have crazy symptoms. These might be fatigue, bloating, lower back pain, cramps. It will vary from woman to woman. Contrary to popular belief, you do not have to do Pilates in your menstrual phase. I know everything online says you have to do Pilates or yoga or walking, and that is it. And that's not the case. I personally still like to strength train in all stages of my cycle. I just adjust the weight and the output accordingly. So in my menstrual phase, I like to keep the RPE at like a 6 out of 10. When I say RPE, that means the rate of perceived exertion. A really intense workout would be a 10 out of 10, and a really low intensity workout would be like a 1 out of 10. For my menstrual phase, I'm right in the middle. I'm like a 5, 6 out of 10. I am not by any means killing myself. This is not the week that I am personally gonna go for a PR. I don't recommend. Like I said, this is a week that most people do experience some symptoms. Energy is usually pretty low, and you might notice that a lot of your typical weight that you would push in the gym feels way heavier. Your warm-up weight for your typical squat might feel like your max during this week, and that's okay. Instead of the typical compound movements during this phase of my cycle, I like to sub for kind of stabilizing machines / body weight. For instance, instead of doing a heavy barbell back squat, I might sub it for a Smith machine squat. For me, what feels best during this phase is keeping my rep range a little higher, like 15 to 20, but I really just focus on mind to muscle connection, slow controlled reps here, and I don't usually pyramid the weight up very much. I don't focus on progressive overload, honestly. This week is just about surviving for me. I'll usually pick like 4 exercises or so, and I only will do like 3 sets. Lifts in this phase are what I call maintenance lifts, meaning we are not trying to build muscle, we are not trying to max out, we are just surviving, maintaining, moving to feel good, but I am not pushing myself like crazy here. The second phase of your cycle is called the follicular phase. This phase usually rocks. People like it. You start to feel like yourself again because your period is ending. Typically, all those icky symptoms you have during your period are gone by now, and you are feeling good. You are feeling energetic. Energy levels typically rise. Follicular phase is just a happy place to be. During this phase is when you can really hone in on those HIIT workouts. Anything really energetic, this is the phase for that. You're just ready to take off, ready to freaking blast off. If you like Zumba, it's a good time to do Zumba or something. Personally though, for me, like I said, I still strength train, but during the follicular phase, I will also add some ski ergs, some rowers, Stairmasters. I'll add in some full body conditioning circuits here and there, which I really enjoy. Those can be really hard on the body in some phases like menstruation or luteal, but in the follicular phase, full body workouts, more like functional, are great. CrossFit, great. I still don't do RPE 10 out of 10 here, but I do bump it up to like a 7 or 8 out of 10. I switch back to free weight movements as opposed to my menstrual phase where I kind of use those stabilizing machines. I go back to normal barbell presses, normal barbell back squats, hip thrusts, etc. Strength is a priority during this phase for me. I try to get stronger. My rep ranges are really anywhere between 6 to 12 reps. I'm pushing some weight here, okay? We're getting stronger, we're feeling good, we're moving, pushing some weight. Ovulation. Fun fact, this is the phase where pregnancy will most likely occur. So if you're trying to have a baby, now's the time. And if you're not, be safe, folks. Be safe out there. This is your time for strength training. This is the time to shine. During ovulation, this is when I want you to think PRs, heavy weight, progressive overload to the max. RPE here is going to be like a 9 or 10 out of 10. I want you to max out, train till failure. These are gonna be some of your best lifts, so freaking make them count. My rep ranges still stay at 5 to 12-ish. This is a peak prime time for building muscle. Trust me, you're going to want to, because the next phase, you're going to want nothing to do with the gym. The last phase is the luteal phase. This is the longest phase, and sadly, it is typically the one that sucks the absolute most for most people, especially for me. Me in the luteal phase, not friends. I'm trying to learn to accept her, but we don't love each other. I really would just love to be in a constant follicular or ovulation phase, but God was like, nah, we're gonna make them struggle just a little bit. So your body is preparing to have a period again. So you'll notice that usually the week leading up to your period is when symptoms are the worst. The headaches, the brain fog, the fatigue, the sore boobs. Oh, the joys of being a woman. The average luteal phase is usually like 14-ish days, literally like half your cycle. Sorry to break it to you. You likely won't feel or be able to do super intense workouts. You will want to keep it super low intensity. If you do like Pilates or yoga, great time to incorporate it. A lot of walking. Personally, for me, I still strength train, but my intensity is low. My intensity is honestly lower during my luteal phase than my actual period itself, just because personally I feel my weakest and lowest during this phase. So I go into these workouts knowing that they are maintenance lifts, and I'm going to stick to an RPE 5 out of 10. I am not going to failure. I am not maxing out. I am very aware that I am not going to feel very strong during this week, but hey, that's the beauty of being proactive instead of reactive. I go into the week knowing, okay, my lists this week probably aren't going to be amazing, and that's okay, as opposed to me trying to work out without understanding my body or my cycle and being like, why the heck am I backtracking and losing all my strength, and why do I feel so weak? Anyways, my rep ranges this week are usually higher rep again, 15, 20-ish. I just pick a few exercises that will actually feel good. I do 3 to 4 sets of them, not focusing on going heavy, more focused on mind to muscle connection and slow and controlled reps. I don't do any intense cardio, honestly. I taper down. During my luteal phase, I usually stay away from the assault bike, ski ergs, sled pushes, stairs, things like that, and I usually stick to just incline walking on the treadmill, or honestly a lot of outdoor walks. I like to focus on exercises I don't always do during this phase, just for fun. Like instead of presses, might do Arnold presses, and I really focus on the flow and the movements and just feeling good. These are what I call the happy lifts, joy lifts. I'm just trying to feel something during this phase. During this phase, I also think it's really important to listen to your body. More than likely, light movement is going to make you feel better no matter what. But if there's a day where you are suffering with really bad PMS, cramps, or something, like don't force it. Your body's going through a lot. It's doing a lot of things, preparation for your period. So give yourself grace, give yourself some love. This is the time for low intensity workouts. These are what I call mental health lifts. We're going there for the mental health aspects of it, but we're not building muscle. We're not becoming lean, mean, shredded machines this week, okay? Throw on your baggy pump cover and your sweats. Put your podcast in and zone out. We're lifting. Not for physique today, but for that head and that heart, you know. Overall, follicular and ovulation phases are when you are going to feel like you are on top of the world. Freaking have your best lifts during these 2 phases. Plan on these being game time. Schedule your PRs during these. Try to max out, really push yourself. During your period and your luteal phase, go into it knowing that those are maintenance lifts. Prioritize rest like crazy here. You should always prioritize rest, but especially in these 2 phases. I know this was kind of vague, but it was just a quick introductory video of cycle syncing. I am learning so much about it, and I will continue to share with you guys if you're interested as I progress and learn and grow. I will say it is so empowering to be in the know of what is happening in my body. I feel so much more in control, and I'll say it again, being proactive instead of reactive when it comes to balancing my workouts and my hormones has truly changed so much for me. I am no biologist or women's health specialist by any means. I am still new to this. I am still learning, but I have come a long way with balancing my hormones and adjusting my workouts accordingly, and I'm in a pretty sweet spot. I would love to continue to help you guys find that balance for yourself. I hope this video helped you in some way. If you want a more in-depth version, please comment down below and let me know. Let me know also any questions you have or any other video requests that you may have. I love you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful, amazing, fantastic day. And I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. As I'm editing this, I realized that I freaking forgot to tell you guys that I have a literal cycle syncing program live on my app right now. I post every day my exact workouts, and I have in the description the RPEs and basically everything in this video except listed out in an easier to follow format. So if you're interested in taking cycle syncing seriously and kind of don't know where to start when it comes to working out, that's a great place to start. First week free, cancel anytime, no strings attached. Just wanted to tell you guys that. I cannot believe I forgot that. But anyways, okay, have a good day. Bye.